My family ghosted my greatest triumph. Not a graduation, not a book launch, my TED Talk. An empty row in the audience, seats saved just for them, mocked me louder than any critic's review. I scanned the crowd mid-speech, hoping for a familiar face, a nod, anything. Zilch. Then, days later, as my startup app went viral and hit 1 million downloads, my inbox blew up. Mom, family brunch Sunday, urgent chat. And that's when it clicked. They weren't celebrating me, they were cashing in on me. So I arrived with the surprise they least expected. My name's Alex, and for years I convinced myself that blood ties meant unbreakable bonds. I pushed through doubts even when the red flags waved like parade banners. Our home in Seattle looked postcard perfect from the curb. Rain-slicked driveway, evergreen hedges, the hum of my dad's old coffee machine percolating through the open windows. But inside, it was all about Dad's version of empire. Victor owned a chain of fading coffee shops he treated like sacred ground. He talked about them like they were his kids, better than his actual kids, apparently. I figured that was passion. Turns out it was possession. He craved dominance, not connection. And he trained the family to revolve around him like planets in his solar system. Mom, Clara, was the guilt architect. She never yelled, she whispered wounds. "Your father's under pressure," she'd murmur. "Don't add to it. Show some appreciation." Over time, you forget why your thanks always comes wrapped in quiet compliance. My sister, Lena, echoed Dad's bravado. She swore by traditional business. "Apps are fleeting fads," she scoffed when I pitched my first prototype. "Real values in beans and brick walls." She said it while wiping down counters at one of Dad's shops, where the open sign flickered like a bad omen. Then there was my brother, Theo, who drifted through gigs like a leaf in the wind. He dubbed himself a content creator, but couldn't create stability. Yet he always had advice for my ventures, advice that boiled down to me bailing out the family's latest flop. That's why, as my career climbed, I dimmed my shine around them. Hoodies over suits, no flashy gadgets, just a simple watch from my best friend. I avoided sparking the snide remarks, "Don't get too big for your boots," or the "Please, spot us for the rent this month." In hindsight, I was folding myself small so their insecurities wouldn't flare. What they didn't see were the grind years, crashing on friends' couches when rent was a myth, self-teaching code till my eyes blurred, pitching to investors who laughed me out of rooms, the terror of betting it all on an idea that could crash and burn. Dad brushed it off. "Your tech stuff's too gimmicky, no roots. Real business needs tangibles." But the real gut punch? My TED Talk. I pleaded for one day, just one, where they'd show as supporters, not skeptics or sponges. When those seats stayed vacant, something in me went numb. Not shattered, just over it.
Still, a sliver of hope lingered, whispering they might change. So when Mom emailed post-viral explosion, I lingered on it too long. Family brunch, urgent chat. Maybe they wanted to bridge the gap. But stepping into that cozy diner, I knew the score. They'd only resurfaced because my success smelled like salvation. The morning my app skyrocketed, I was in my loft overlooking Puget Sound, tweaking algorithms while rain pattered the glass. Light bounced off my laptop screen, highlighting a framed photo from my launch party, me beaming solo, no family in sight. Jordan, my co-founder, burst in, phone aloft. "Alex, check this." Headlines everywhere. Indie app surges to 1 mil downloads, disrupting the market. The stats didn't faze me, I'd crunched them nightly, but the buzz did. Team high fives, toasts with energy drinks, Jordan slapping my back, "For the day you finally own it." I chuckled, but it mixed with ache. Joy and abandonment can coexist like oil and water. I should have reached out to family, or maybe they should have years ago when I craved validation without strings. Notifications poured in, VCs, collaborators, even a prof who'd once called my ideas pipe dreams. But family? Radio silence. It stung, that wait for a proud of you, sans agenda. By evening, the loft emptied. Jordan left with a grin and fresh code commits. I lingered, watching ferries cut through twilight waves. Then, ping. Mom's email. Brunch Sunday. Urgent chat. No kudos, no warmth, just a command. Jordan texted as I stared. Guessing the vulture's circle? I forwarded it. He replied, "They smell money." Spot on, but the depth? Deeper than I imagined. Replying, "See you there," a new resolve clicked in. I wasn't entering blind this time. Pulling into my parking spot that night, Mom's words looped. Urgent chat. Bossy, not familial. No nod to the TED snub or my milestone, just an order. In the loft, shadows danced over my desk stacked with early prototypes, failed betas, scribbled whiteboards from all-nighters. They screamed how I'd clawed my way up. If I survived that, brunch was nothing. But why now? Jordan called, voice edged. Dug into your dad's shops, bad news. My gut twisted. Spill. Debts piling up, overdue vendors, tanking revenue, foreclosure whispers. Bingo. No coincidence. They want a handout, Jordan said. Rage didn't boil. It iced over. Sharp, strategic. The kind that plots, not erupts. Let's flip it, I said. By dawn, Jordan mapped their financial mess. Loans like quicksand, mismanagement galore. One creditor, itching to dump the toxicity, bit on our offer. By afternoon, we owned the debts via a shell company. As I prepped for brunch, I skipped the casual vibe. Sharp button-down, sleek jeans, hair neat, not showy, but unapologetic. Jordan handed a sleek portfolio. Ammo, restructure plans, buyout terms. This the move? I asked. Not payback, he said. Freedom. Heading out, it hit. This was closure, not chaos.
I showed up with what they never saw coming. Not cash, but control. Not the pleading kid, but the architect of my own fate. The diner's lot buzzed with weekend crowds, scents of pancakes and coffee wafting out. I paused in my car, inhaling the fresh pine air freshener, grounding myself. No drama, no pleas, just facts. Inside, the hostess nodded warily at the family name. Back booth, Dad's favorite for discreet deals. Eyes drilled into me as I approached. Dad sprawled like a kingpin. Mom forced a watery grin. Lena sneered subtly. Theo waved half-heartedly. Aunt Rita, the financial advisor who surfaced for crises, flanked Dad, notepad ready. No greetings. Dad motioned. Sit, we gotta discuss. I stayed standing. Oddly, same here. Mom fidgeted. Alex, no attitude, this is family time. I sat, deliberate, their anticipation thick as fog. Dad dove in. Shops are in a bind, temporary, needs a cash boost to steady. The ask, naked. Lena piled on. Your app's blowing up, overhyped, sure, but solid. Pitch in for the heritage. For us, Mom sniffled. We learned about your success from the news. Why hide it? I paused. Hide? After their TED blackout? Theo, past is past, team up now. I unzipped my bag. They leaned in, expecting a wire transfer. Instead, the portfolio hit the table. Dad scowled. What's this? Wake-up call, I said, and proof. He flipped pages, paling. Lena scanned. Debt transfers? Rita gulped. You acquired everything? Via proxy, I confirmed. This AM, those loans? Mine now. Dad erupted. You joking? What right? The creditors, I shot back, eager to unload your mess. Mom gasped. Alex, betrayal. Betrayal? I echoed softly, like ditching my TED, ignoring me till you need funds. Dad half stood. Refuse help, you're out, no kin of mine. Silence crashed. I rose, steady. You bailed first, skipped my wins, surfaced for scraps. We're blood, he growled. Not your ATM, I countered. I slid a check. Buyout. $150K, clean slate. 45 days to clear out. Lena snatched it. Evicting us from our shops?
They're sunk in debt, I said. Pre-me. Theo muttered. Madness. Rita, killing Victor's dream. No, I said. His grip. Mom sobbed. We just needed to talk. You needed dough, I clarified. Not me. Not fury. Truth. Raw and liberating. Dad's voice broke. Alex, stop! I saw him then. A tyrant trapped in his throne, mistaken command for care, needing my nod to feel big. Too late, I said. Jordan appeared at the door with files in hand. Queries? Email the firm. Dad deflated. Lena fumed. Theo stared down. Mom reached. Don't go! I asked once, I said, at Ted. I walked. Their chaos faded. Shouts, clatters, irrelevant. Outside, Seattle mist cooled my skin. Sky endless. Jordan texted, boss move. Finally, I felt it. Next day, dawn lit my loft, portfolio on the counter like a trophy of liberty. Jordan called, ownership sealed, their era ends. Exhale, not victory, but unburdening. Weeks on, revamps kicked off. Shops morphed into co-working hubs with app integrations, vibrant, future-proof. Air cleared like the spaces exhaled relief. Family ghosted again. Whispers reached. Dad's rants, Mom's woes, Lena's posts on disloyalty. They didn't drag me, they just were. Reviewing blueprints one day, my mirror showed. Sharp, assured, unshrunk. A person who quit equating abuse with affection. It dawned. I didn't shatter. I opted out. Those coffee shops, reborn, launched that fall. A fresh start on honesty, not entitlement. And I got it. Success wasn't the million downloads. It was seeing I didn't need kin who valued my wallet over my worth. True bonds don't ghost your peaks. Real family doesn't demand your dimming. Stepping from that diner, I didn't shed. I soared. If you've ever cut ties with those who masked control as kinship, you know that liberation's glow. If this story hit home, drop a comment, share it wide, and subscribe for more tales of turning tables. Keep rising, folks.